uh, full disclosure, I met Josh just maybe 3 weekends ago, at a hackathon. Wasn't my I did not like the hackathon. I learned some hard lessons the hardest possible way, but it was good. It was good for me, and I met the guy, and I'm like, oh, there's something really interesting here. So full transparency, we're going to sign one of our LOIs to support them because I think they're doing something interesting. So that's where we stand. I want to just be transparent about that, but yeah. So talk about the difference between uploading a resume to LinkedIn versus a project side, and I want to kind of bifurcate that. There's two paths in. There's if you're an engineer and if you're an employer. So Dallas is going to be interested in both of those answers.
Right. Yeah. So to address the second part of your question, right now we're not a two-sided marketplace right now. We actually just take in employers, and they have a job opening, and let's say they do for example, one of our first customers, they were doing 6-hour interviews per engineer because they're a new startup. They just got funded, and they're all like, yeah, I'm not gonna mess up on my third or fourth engineer I'm hiring. And so you basically just make us your first part of your engineering process. And so the only way engineers get in today are they get an invite from that employer, and you make us the first part of the interview where they say, hey, this is the cool stuff I worked on. And so we help you get from, for this guy, he basically says, look, if you can get me down from doing 6-7-hour interviews to 5-7-hour interviews, you've kind of already paid for yourself and then some. So we're really just focused on the employer side right now, and hopefully, eventually we hope to get to the point where engineers are like, oh, let me get ahead of the boat and fill it out early, which is partially what makes it, which is partially now going towards my ultimate vision of GitHub for hardware engineers.
Cool. Hopefully that answers Dallas's questions. Tom, did you have something?
Yeah, because I always try. I'm always trying to look at things at the 50,000-foot level. And what's kind of emerging, listening to you, is really another way to problem solve. You're trying to, because everybody in their business and their entrepreneurial work, they have a burning problem that they're trying to solve. And in case of some companies, they have lots of little burning problems that they have to solve. And what you're trying to develop is a better way for everybody to connect and find a way to get those burning problems solved.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not trying to say resumes are bad or anything. I think they're a useful tool and they've served as a useful tool for a long time.
Yeah.
I think fundamentally what AI has with this emerging technology, and that's why I've focused on what can be verified. That's what real engineers is really for, the scientific congruence that can be verified. And that's a lot harder to get off of 4 bullet points, right? Again, going back to my sonar example, the moment I said my actual title at Lockheed Martin was actually mission systems engineer. What does that mean outside of Lockheed Martin? Right? No one can tell what that means. It means one thing, and I have friends that work at other companies, and they're like, oh, I have the same title, and they tell me about their job. It's like completely different. But wait, we have the same title, right? And so it really gets, it's not replacing the resume today. What it's really doing is adding another layer to add more information without adding the burden of, oh yeah, here's another book for you to read, Mr. Hiring Manager, right? And so one of the best compliments one of my first customers gave me was, using your tool to read a candidate's profile for about 5 minutes felt like the first hour of the interview. And so. And if you've ever been in a big hardware engineering interview, the first hour is just like, okay, so you're an RF engineer. Okay, exactly what kind? Are you a signal analysis guy? And you're just digging deep, like, okay, where do the matches happen? And we completely take that away. And so very well where someone fits and where someone does. And so the most exciting things for us have been the people that they were normally going to reject, but because of their real engineer's profile go, oh my God, wait, that is something very close to what we do, even though none of the keywords match, and then they become on top of the list. Those have been the things we're most proud of. So we're more like a supplement right now that really, it's like a secret ingredient to your sauce that makes it way better than it is a replacement for anything right now.
Mm-hmm.